So in 2026, does it still make sense to go after the CISP? This is Rod from PassTechSearch.com, and I help people just like you pass tech certifications, get great jobs, and make six figures. So as you can see, I'm reporting from my house in my pajamas, very comfortable. Hopefully, you guys have work from home jobs. Hopefully, you guys have hybrid. And if you're not there yet, I'm hoping with my tutelage and my help, we can get you there. So the CISP is kind of almost the finish line, I guess you could say, but it's definitely one of the biggest accomplishments, one of the biggest certifications out there. So if you're a newbie, if you don't have a bunch of experience, if you don't already have, several certifications, most likely this will help you, right? This will help you, but it's going to be way in the future, years on the down the line, right? So the good thing is that you'll be prepared for the certification when it comes. And if you guys that are right there, you've been in tech for 3, 4, 5 years, this will definitely give you a good roadmap. So right now, in 2026 and moving forward, the cybersecurity workforce has a pretty big gap, a few million people to be exact. And actually, CISP is the number one requested certification in any mid to senior level job positions. Now, the good thing is a CISP, if you have one, then you're going to have a bunch of opportunities. And any mid level stuff, a lot of times that's going to be more of a wish for the employer as opposed to a real requirement. Now, for senior job postings, you're going to need that CISP, right? And the salary range right now for somebody that has years of experience and has a CISP is right around 130 to 140, right? Now, the crazy thing is this: people who have CISP, right? People that took that hard ass test and passed it, they typically earn around 30 to almost 40% more than people who don't have that but are in the same roles. So, if you have the skill set, you have the mindset, and you want to get to the bag, CISP can assist with that because it would, piss me off. I don't know if it's going to make you angry, but it would piss me off if somebody's literally doing the same damn job as me, but they making 30, 40 more grand than me because I decided to be afraid of an exam. Another thing is the CISP, a lot of times, the HR, the hiring manager, they know that certification is the shit, right? They know that. They don't know what it is really. They don't know what it takes, but they know, oh, okay. If you got CISP, you can be in a leadership role, you can be in a tech role, and really technical role. You can do almost anything. And a lot of times, even if you go through a some resume viewing software, you go through some automated software, you're still the machine, the AI, the automation software is still gonna pick you just because CISP is one of those buzzwords, right? Especially if you're trying to go for any type of director and anything really in the C-suite at all. You could definitely gonna have to have CISP or something equivalent to it to really stand out right now. So let's kind of step back, right? So for me, I've been in tech for a long time, right? I've been in tech for a long time. Got a bunch of certifications. I got a bunch of experience. But depending on where you are right now, if I had this roadmap that I'm about to give you guys, shit, I went a lot further, a lot faster, and would have won the race pretty decidedly. So I would say in your first year, right? Your first year, you decide I'm gonna get in tech. Your first year, this is in 12 months, 365 days, you need to get A plus, Net plus, and Security plus. Is this going to be easy? Nope. Is this going to be a give me? Nope. Is anybody just going to give you a job? Nope. But if you get those three certifications, if you stay dedicated, you stay disciplined, you got the right mindset, man, shit is gonna be sweet for you, right? Now in the first year, you're probably gonna be help desk or in some type of junior role, right? But this is only building your foundation. And the good thing is this: you may be junior, you may be in a help desk role, blah, blah, blah. But with those three certifications, you can easily get 65 to 75 to almost $80,000 a year easy within your first year, right? So you're still learning, you're still doing things, and you're still, progressing. Now, I would say that's, a year max two, right? Year max two. You should have all those certifications and be working a damn job, right? And at a minimum, right? Hopefully you get all those certifications, but at a minimum, you got to have A plus. And if I had to choose, just one for the foundational, I would say A plus. But for the bag, I would say Security plus. Now, years 1 to 3 is probably going to be like more. Years 1 and 2 is going to be more like generalized, right? Real generalized, trying to figure out, okay, what do I like? What don't I like? Let me pick up some skills, just, a little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from everywhere. Now, I would say when you start stepping into year 3, you need to start being way more specialized. Cybersecurity specifically. So, security engineer, a GRC analyst. It doesn't have to necessarily be cybersecurity, but it's important. And then, like I said, if your last stop is CISS or CISP, you definitely want to focus on security. And you also want to make sure that you've been working in leadership positions already, right? So when it's time to really get to, the C-suite levels, all this other stuff, you already have experience, right? Another thing is, don't shy away from leading people. Don't shy away from being in charge. Don't shy away from any of that. Now, I'm not talking about kissing ass, right? What I'm talking about is volunteering for things that are going to give you experience. It may not give you the bag. It may not give you the money, blah, blah, but the experience and the education that you get from actually leading people and actually doing a job is really invaluable. Now, year 3, use that whole year to really specialize, to really hone in on your craft, really do what you need to do, right? So, like I said, you need to choose a niche in this year as well, whether it's cybersecurity, cloud, automation, whatever the hell you want to do. Make sure that you pick that niche in that year. Now, year 4 is coming up. By this time, you should definitely be in a leadership position. Already been in a leadership position, be it a senior analyst or some type of lead technician or something like that, right? And by this time, you should either be super close to 6 figures or already making 6 figures, right? So in year 4, we got the experience, and then this is all ideal, right? We got the experience, we got the certifications, we got our specialized skill. And in year 4, if all those boxes have been checked, I would say that's when we need to start studying for CISSP, right? That's when I would start studying for that. Another thing is it's going to take some time, right? As far as studying for CISSP, I would not rush it. I would not try and cram, none of that. I would study every day. I would take probably on the low end 3 months, maximum 6 months. But within that year, you need to take that exam, right? Another thing is this. Once you get certified in year 5, CISP certified, it's going to open up so many different doors, right? So you could become a security architect, be in the C-suite, become a director, and then that's when it's, you're going to start 150, 160, 170, maybe even close to $200,000 a year, right? So that is the roadmap. Years 1 through 5. So if you did not catch that, this is what I need you to do. Like this video, share it with 2 people, and then write down what I just told you. Write down that plan from year 1 to year 5. Go ahead and rewind it and drill in your mind, this is what it's going to take, right? And another thing is this. This sounds great. This sounds awesome. This sounds amazing. But there are certain rules or certain shit that you got to have in place before you can even take the exam, right? So one of those things is you got to have at least 5 years of experience, right? And it has to be work experience that is actually from domains that are covered on the CISP exam. So that's another thing. To reverse engineer it, as far as our plan goes, make sure that you are gearing towards looking at something that is within those domains. There's 8 domains as a recording. There's 8 domains on the CISP right now. And you want to make sure that you focus on at least 2 of them, right? Because you got to have that experience before they'll even let you take the damn exam. Another thing is this. Let's say that you got a degree for some dumbass reason. Let's say you got a degree that actually will knock off a year of experience. And there's other things and stuff that knock off a year as well. So let's say that the roadmap that I gave you, let's say that you got a degree plus you got security plus. That'll knock off 2 years, right? So to knock off these years, you got to get a waiver. Of course, you got to provide proof, so on and so forth. So let's say that you got all that stuff plus 2 years of experience. You can still take the exam, right? You can still take the exam. But to make it easiest, you need to make sure that you check all those blocks. Like I said, it's prerequisites. They just want to make sure that you actually know what the hell you're doing before you take the exam. So like I said, depending on if you got a degree, depending on what certification you have, you can get waivers and they can knock off some of those years of experience. Okay? Now, let's act as if you did that, you in the game, and you're ready to take the exam. So, what should you expect? What should you do? So, you need to focus on 8 different areas. Number 1 is security and risk management. Number 2, asset security. Number 3, security architecture engineering. Number 4, communication and network security. Number 5, identity and access management. Number 6, security assessment and testing. Number 7, security operations. Number 8, software development security. Now, before we get to a checklist, right? Because I want you guys to be fully prepared. So you know the 8 things that you need to do. Now I want to actually tell you how to do it. But before we do that, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, PasTechSearch.com. If you are a complete beginner and have no idea where to go, you can take our free tech career quiz and it'll help you figure out what direction you want to go. Now, if you know what direction you want to go, you can take our Pass Your First Cert challenge in 7 days. And that challenge, you're going to be with a group of other people that are trying to do the same thing you're trying to do. And in 7 days, I'll show you exactly how to pass your exam. Last but not least, if you've already been working in tech, you got a couple certs and you're trying to figure out how do I go from 60, 70, maybe even 80,000 to 100,000 6-figure career, you can actually join the 6 pillars of tech. Or it's the 5 pillars, I'm sorry. 5 pillars of 6-figure tech careers. And now happily, what the fuck is wrong with me? Am I okay? The 5 pillars of tech careers, man. And that's going to help you learn every pillar of what you actually need to get a 6-figure tech career. And a lot of the stuff is stuff that you wouldn't even think about. So I'm going to stop fumbling and damn bumbling, PasTechSearch.com. So the checklist is this, right? Number 1, you from the onset, from the beginning, if this is what you decided to do, you have to have the right mindset. Do not think like an employee. Do not think that you kissing ass because you volunteering. Do not try and be buddy with your coworkers and, oh man, we ain't doing that shit. Dang, how we do it. We do this how we do it. No. Make sure that you following procedures, protocols, because your end goal is to get some fucking money. Your end goal is to have a long career. Your end goal is to provide for your family. Your end goal is to be able to do whatever the hell you want, whenever you want, right? So you got to do what you got to do right now to get what you want to get when you want to get it. You got to think like a manager, man. You know, don't just fix some shit, figure out what happened, why it happened, how you can prevent it. Do we need some more user training? Do we need some different machines? Do we need some different technicians? Do we need a completely different process? What do we need to do? Also, make sure that you are using the best materials that you can find for the CISP exam, right? The best materials, most up to date, and just to make sure that you are using the study guide. It's an official study guide. Make sure that you join some type of training that is paid. Free training is not going to get you to CISP. Free training is not going to get you to CISP. Now, you can self-study, but it's going to cost some money. You can buy a course. You can buy the study guide. And I would advise getting some type of mentor, hopefully somebody that's already CISP or somebody that can keep you accountable to do what you need to do. Now, this is what I'm going to say. You need to commit. This need to be like a full-time job. I would say if you're trying to do it in a couple months, let's say 12 weeks, right? Let's say you're trying to do it in 12 weeks. You're going to need to commit at least, I would say 20 hours minimum. So a part-time job, 20 hours a week minimum to your studies. And whatever practice test you're using, whether you make them yourself, whether you buy them, you need to consistently be scoring at least 80% or above, just to make sure that you're really understanding the core concepts on the actual certification exam. Now, some of the roles you can get or for CISP, and this is not just only limited to this, but these are the ones I can think of, can be a security architect. So that would be kind of like you designing the security framework for different like cloud migrations. You could be a GRC manager, which is definitely really needed and really popular right now with the rise of AI and automation and all this other stuff. You can be a CISO. You can be a security consultant, and the possibilities are really endless. But those are the ones I can think about right now. So that's your quick roadmap, right? The quick roadmap to not just six figures, but high six figures. 200K plus, and you can go from 60,000 to doubling, tripling it in just a few short years if you follow this. So once again, this is Rob from PassTechSearch.com. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was valuable. If you could do me one thing, comment below what you're going after, what certification, and anything that you want me to cover next. Other than that, I'll see you in class.